Hello, my name is Mike, and I am about to start on a journey. I have decided I am going to do what I am going to call up the ladder in Football Manager 21, because I don't have 22. I don't get the YouTube money because I haven't been on YouTube really. And so I'm stuck with the last year one that I bought when it went on sale. And so Up the Ladder is actually inspired by a few YouTubers that I've seen done similar things, particularly Lolujo, who does non-league to legend, he calls it. And I've started getting into a little bit more of the Football Manager YouTube, watching it, and I decided that looks fun, and I want to give it a try. I enjoy Football Manager. Most of the YouTubers I have seen are British, obviously. There's some American ones as well. I've decided to come and bring a Canadian voice as I live in British Columbia, Canada. But of course, I'm still going to play in the English leagues because there's actually promotion and relegation in the English leagues, which the Canadian Premier League just started in recently here, and it's just the one league, so you lose, you stay in the league. You win the league, but you stay in the league. And same with the MLS, it's just the one league, there's no relegation and promotion. So I could start from the Canadian Premier League and try to work my way to England. I've done that actually in one of my other saves. It just takes a very long time. I think I played like 15 seasons until I finally actually made it over into England and jumped into a championship squad there. So I'm going to start here in the non-league, and I follow kind of Lolujo's gameplay style, which is trying to make it as realistic as possible. And so if a club comes in and offers me more money, I'm probably going to be more tempted to leave and join that club, especially if they're a higher ranked, higher league team. Even if they're a lower league team, if they offer me more money, I might consider going there as well. Now, he does it from where he's the closest place that he lives, and that's how he picks his team. I obviously live in Canada, and so I am not going to pick the closest team, but I know that my great-grandmother actually is from the UK, from Lancashire County, and so I'm going to pick from the teams possible in there that start in the Vanarama North League is where we're going to be looking at. So as I jump over into the game here, let's take a look. So here is the Vanarama North League. There are two teams that are in the Lancashire area, and that is Chorley, where are they? Chorley here, and Fylde here. And so we are going to flip a coin to decide which one we're going with, and keep the Canadiana in it. We're going to do a nice loony there to go Canadian with it. So we're going to go heads will be Chester, and Fylde, well, I'll find out if I coach them how to pronounce that, will be tails. So here we go. Ooh, that was a good ring to it. Heads, so Chorley it is going to be, and that is who will be playing as here. So here comes the start of Up the Ladder with Chorley FC. Alright, we have arrived here at Chorley, not Chorley FC, just Chorley, as Chorley have hired Ryder as their new head coach. And so we have a one-year deal only at £62,000 a year, replacing Jamie Vermiglio. Sorry, Jamie. It's the nature of the save that you just got bumped. I apologize. And so here we are at Chorley. Media predicts a 12th place finish, which I believe is lower mid-table here on the Vanarama National South. We've got Victory Park as our facilities at a 4,100 capacity, and actually not too bad on the youth front for a Vanarama National team. Poor training facilities, pretty typical. Basic youth facilities is pretty good. Usually this is all poor. Fairly basic youth recruitment, not bad as well. Club history, they have won the English Northern Premier League Premier Division in 1988 and 2014 most recently. And so We will see how this goes. Andy Priest is my assistant coach. Let's see. Can I see some of his stats? He's quite a good assistant coach. Very lovely. I like to see that. So here is a brief overview of our squad. It looks like they've played a 4-1-3-2. We have Scott Leather. What a great name. Scott Leather, Captain Leather, who is the center back here. Top earner is Harry Cardwell, our striker, so hopefully he's a good scorer. Regan Booty, another great name, is our key player in the center midfielder there. So down the center, it looks like we should be pretty solid. That was my mouse clashing. And so let's see. Strive to make progress on and off the pitch is the club vision, culture that we are seeking for. Work within the payroll budget. And end of this career season, the expectations are higher than finishing 12th. They want us to reach the playoffs at a minimum. First round of the FA Cup, second round of the FA Trophy. And my contract expires after that. And so seeking to win promotion to the National League next season at least. So looks like we got some work to do according to the media prediction versus our vision that we have here. Alright, we're here at Chorley, and so let's meet some of our squad that we've got going on here. First, let me check the dynamics. Abysmal. See, so I did one with a team that I started, and I didn't realize till a few games that it was abysmal. And so I'm going to guess that the reason it's abysmal is that we have, pretty much an entirely new team that has come in. Off of freeze here, and so they don't know each other because they all are meeting for the first time, as well as I coming and meet for the first time. So there you go. That's why our dynamics is abysmal and something to work on during the first few games here during the preseason. But let's meet this abysmal team cohesion team. So in net we have first Matt Irwin, the goalkeeper, 26 years old. He likes playing as a sweeper keeper. I usually just play with a straight goalkeeper. But hey, we'll give him a chance as the sweeper keeper. He's good rating for the senior team. He's got a little bit of potential, but he's in 26. So he's up there. And he is our first choice goalkeeper and really our only goalkeeper. So that is something that we'll be looking to change coming up. Starting off, we are playing a 4-3-3 DM wide here, as you can see down here, with wing play. It was what was suggested as one of the tactics by my assistant coach, along with park the bus, which is boring because you just sit back and defend the whole time, and route one counterattack. So again, you defend, and once you get the ball, you just huff it forward and hope that someone runs onto it. But we're going to play wing play because it's a little bit more, it's balanced. You can go positive, you can go counterattacking with it if you need. But we also have a tall boy up front that's decent in the air, which we'll get to him. So playing on the right side is Adam Henley, a 26-year-old Welshman. Again, good ability, good potential ability. He has come in from Bradford City on a free, so from Skybet League 2 down to the north. So that is promising. No goals, which isn't a big deal because he's playing as a wingback. Our center defensive pairing first is Leighton Baines. Leighton Baines, that goes back to a legendary German player. Lewis Baines, who's English, 21-year-old. Lots of potential there for him as well. He's 6 foot, so that's good to have in the air. Very brave in the air, good heading as well, so he should be pretty solid in the back there. And he's one of the few that are here from last season playing for us. He scored a goal last year. Sorry, need to get some water. Scored a goal last year from there, but 33 appearances for us, so that is encouraging. Actually, he's been here a couple of years. He was on loan to another North last year for some reason. So he should be solid back there. And then we have our captain, Scott Leather. Captain Leather, 27-year-old Englishman, kind of middling. I mean, he's at older tail end of his career, but he's 6'1", so again, good in the middle there. Not the bravest, not greatest at heading, but he's got height, so hopefully that will make up for it. And apparently he's wanted by Chesterfield, so we'll see if he sticks around with us there. On the left side, we've got Tyler Garrett, 23-year-old Englishman, again, really good potential. We got some good youngsters in the squad. And so he is from Wrexham on loan to us. I didn't realize that, but he's on... Oh no, he was loaned to Wrexham last year, where he only made 3 appearances. He's now signed for us on a free. So he is our player. I don't think I have any loan players. No loan players. No one highlighted in blue. No one's borrowed from another team. And then we have our defensive midfielder is Willem Tomlinson, 22-year-old Englishman. Great current ability, great potential ability. So that is good to see as well. And he comes to us from Padiham in the league below here. We didn't play really any, but he's got some experience with Mansfield Town in League 2, so 2 leagues above us, coming from out of Blackburn before, so that is promising as well. This is actually a pretty good team that's put together so far. And here is what is considered our star man, Regan Booty. He's going to play a deep line playmaker for us here. He's a 22-year-old, great ability, great potential again. So that's great to see. And he comes to us from Bradford, PA, on a free as well. So good snatch for us there, I think. He's played some national, so the league above us, and scoring 2 goals there. Again, he's defensive, so goals aren't quite what we're looking for him anyway, though if he pops them in, that's nice as well. And then our box-to-box midfielder is Ollie Shenton, a 22-year-old Englishman. Again, good current ability for this level, great potential ability. So that is really good to see as well. Actually, he plays better as a Mitskala, so we might change him to that. And he comes to us from from Stoke, actually, in the Championship. He was loaned out to Kidderminster, 21 appearances, 3 goals. So not bad for a centre midfielder. And so that's great to see. So we are going to go back and change him because he's better as a Mitskala supporting. Then we have our attackers coming up from Elliot Newby is our attacking midfielder on the right side. He is 24 years old. Again, great current ability, good potential ability. And he has been with us a couple of years, undisclosed, so we don't know how much he paid for it. But his first season with us, 41 appearances, 7 goals. Last season, only 28 appearances, 1 goal. So we'll be looking for some more from him this year. And then our attacking midfielder left is Sean Miller, 25-year-old. Not the strongest in our group, but he's still got good potential as well. And he has come to us from Curzon Ashton North, where he had 20 appearances and 7 goals. So hopefully he can at least match that this year for us. And then finally on striker, we have Harry Caldwell, our tall boy at 6'2". Not greatest on bravery, not greatest in heading, but it's something that we will work on with him. 23-year-old Scottish. He's got lots of potential as well, and he's was on loan to us. Last season we made 1 appearance and scored a goal, and then it looks like we have signed him now this year to join us. We have a small bench right now, so we'll try to fill in some players here, but on the bench we have a right defender, Arlen Birch, who's a 23-year-old Welshman. Again, great potential ability. And he comes to us from AFC Telford, where he made 19 appearances last year. And then we have Andy Halls, who's a right defender or a central defender. 28-year-old Englishman on the older side. He's about maxed out at what his ability is going to be. He's good at 6 foot, so he'll probably come in as a center defender more than anything. He comes to us also from Curzon Ashton, where he made 30 appearances and he scored 3 goals. Great for a center back, so he should see some playing time with us as well. Attacking midfield center, but we don't play with an attacking midfield in this formation. So he'll probably play as a striker, as Lewis Riley. He's 5'11", which is really why he's not starting, as well as Caldwell. He's the highest paid player, so he's kind of got to start. But he's got good potential ability as well, so he might be able to slip in there once in a while if we change away from a wing play, especially. He came to us again from Curzon Ashton, where he didn't make an appearance, though, but on the free. So he'll make some appearances this year, especially with this small of a squad so far. Mike Calvilly is a 20-year-old Englishman. Again, great potential here as well. I just don't know maybe if my staff aren't great at judging potential, so they're just saying everyone's good potential. We'll have to find that out. He comes again from Curzon Ashton. We have pillaged Curzon Ashton for our players this year. He made 21 appearances and scored 3 goals. And finally, Connor Hall is another striker, 5'11", again on the shorter side. Though he's good at bravery and, his heading, again, it's not great as well, but lots of potential ability in him. He's a 22-year-old Englishman coming to us from Woking. But he's got some experience at higher leagues as well, so that is great to see. So there is our squad right now. I'm pretty sure I have some friendly games to play, so we will come back at the FA Cup second round, I guess, and show you these first 2 games. We'll play the first game and show you some more of the transfers for this first part of our episode. So we'll jump into the future here in a little bit. Alright, we're back. We're getting ready to start the season. Some notes that I've taken as I've gone through this pre-season. The first thing that I discovered was that, well, obviously we needed a larger squad because we were quite short. We had a problem, was that our recruitment team was empty. We had no scouts. We didn't have a chief scout. I still don't have a general manager because the general manager you can afford at this time is pretty much useless. I usually, at this level, you can use them to re-sign your staff members, so you don't have to do it yourself. But I find they're not very good at getting the players in that you ask them to get in. So I decided to go against selling that. So no recruitment team. So that had to be solved right away because we needed more players to come in. And then the second thing I discovered was like, oh, I need more players. Maybe I should check my budgets. We had a 0 transfer budget. So we had to rely solely on free transfers, which I guess is pretty common for this level anyways. So, but we had a pretty decent payroll that was available to us, but we were still pretty high in our payroll. And so I have to work with some free transfers. The other thing I have discovered as well when I did my first press conference with my one press member was he said that we were a team on the downfall, which means we were actually relegated from the league above last season. So the season before that, we finished second and got promoted, and then finished dead last in the Vanarama National League to be relegated back down to this league. Hence why there's the big changeover. All the players who were in that team didn't want to play in the lower level, and so they had to get sent off. So that's what happened there. That's the things that I've discovered. Transfer-wise, we've done some business. Again, I have a lot of players who are actually not on any contract, so they can easily be poached, which is something that we have seen. So, Garrett, left back, was the one that hurt the most, probably, because he was in the first team. He has left us for Harrogate Town. And then the rest of these were under 23 players. So Soap Ah and Cian, Spencer McDermott, went to Hillswowen, and Oliver Putnam went to Nuneaton Borough. So all of those are under 23, so not a big deal. Those are all out. So all these players were here when I came. I've made 3 free transfers here to try to bring some depth to the squad. First is Christian Nguesson. He is the best player that I brought in. A 21-year-old Englishman. Lots of current ability, good potential ability. He's going to slot right into that midfield, and we signed him off of Burnley, who released him. He was on loan at Oldham in Sky Bet League 2 for 8 games. So it was a great capture for us that he decided to come here. So that was cool. Brad Caswell is a 21-year-old goalkeeper. Decent potential ability. I just really needed a backup goalkeeper since we only had the one keeper. And so easing from Leamington onto our side here. And finally, Ellis Hudson's my latest one that I think I did just this week. I needed a little bit more on the attacking mid-right for some depth, so that's where he will end up being played. 20-year-old Englishman, again, lots of potential ability. And he came from Farsley, where he only made 1 appearance last year. So those are the players that we have brought in during this time, and those who have left. So we got a little bit of a different looking squad, but not too different. We are playing our first game now in the FA, English FA Cup. They think I should go very attacking here, so we might change around some of this stuff. Atherton Collieries, who is a non-league team, they're in like the 7th level here. Well, on the rise though, so that's nice. Semi-professional, as we are as well. And so they are the ones that we will be taking. And this is how we will line up here today. First, I'm going to change that to positive. We will work positively. And so our lineup is Matt Irwin in goal. He will be our starter keeper as a sweeper keeper. We've got Henley, moved him over to the left side to replace our leaving Garrett. And Andy Halls comes in on the right-hand side with our captain, Captain Leather, and Lewis Baines in the center mid there. Our defensive midfielder will be Tomlinson, playing as a ball-winning... Oh no, he's going to be ball-winning? Yeah, he'll play as a ball-winning midfielder. Ruaman Nguessen will be playing as our deep-lying playmaker. This is his best roles. Actually, we're going to switch those two around. Regan Booty will be playing as our deep-lying playmaker. As we notice here, Henley and Booty, who are our two best players, are not out of contract. So I'm surprised they haven't been poached yet, because they are our two best players. But here they are. We can't afford to bring them on an actual contract for the money they're wanting, so we'll just keep them as we can. Nguessen will play as the Metzcala in the middle. Out left will be Ollie Shenton. Out right will be Elliot Newby. And then Harry Caldwell will start up front as well. So that will be our team for today. 4 players. Well, actually, I feel like most players are making their debut here. But here we go as we go to the match. Alright, dressing room. Should be winning this one comfortably, so let's go and do it. I'm just going to quickly skip. We're going to change some of this. I had a little bit of high there. That's what we want there. Alright, here we go. So we're off to the races in our first FA Cup trophy game. And so far, nothing is happening. 2 shot attempts, neither on target. Yes, after this we'll look at the media prediction for us. There we go. Boom, right away. Harry Caldwell scores his first goal of the season 21 minutes in, out of the wing, and we are up 1-0 here. Henley with a nice throw, flick on, right to his feet. Easy does it into the bottom corner. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. 62% possession as well for us, so that's nice. Now they're coming back in the end, but Tomlinson easily clear away. Caldwell will flick it back, and they have to start back from the win. Archibald throws it off. Tomlinson again, good in the air. Halls, we're just like hoofing it forward here. Regan Booty slows it down. Newby up to Halls, who's running forward. Crosses it over to Caldwell, who's in, and he will hit the post. So close there. It gets cleared out just off the post for Cardwell. Looking for his second of the game. And yes, we are dominating as we should. 3 shots on target out of 6 attempts here. Leather's got the free kick in the back over the Baines into Tomlinson, Henley, Shenton, and then Tomlinson just kicks it up right to their center back. They start coming back our own way. Nope, they hoof it back to Tomlinson, who's been dominant in that midfield area there, just heading it forward. Newby crosses it for Cardwell, who gets his shot blocked. And so we continue going here. 56% of the possession. Lots of decent ratings that are up front here. Actually, we're looking fairly decent here. Hall just boots it into the corner, basically. And it goes back to their keeper. Plays it through their center defense to Archibald. Again, Tomlinson, again in the air. What a man. And Newby and Booty are doing a good job of keeping that pace a little bit slower rather than just hoofing it forward. But there's something to be said about hoofing it forward, as Tomlinson again picks up that ball in the defensive midfield and plays it into Cardwell, who slips it in nicely, as easy as you like. Again, Tomlinson controlling that defensive area. Just a nice looping up to Cardwell, who first time volleys it. A lovely volley into the bottom left corner, and we were up 2-0 here in the FA Cup. FA Cup, or am I FA Trophy here? I'm pretty sure it's the FA Cup. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Alright, I'm very pleased, guys. Keep it going. And let's get into the second half. And we're just a few minutes into this first half, and we have them trying to come forward. They'll probably just bump it back and, yep, launch it forward. Leather into Ingwessen, up to Cardwell, who fails to get it out wide there to Shenton. Henley will finally pick it up at the end. He's going to dribble before get tackled hard by Fitzmartin. But it's picked up by Ingwessen, who puts it out to Newby, who Newby is in, and he shoots, and he misses the net. But we've got some good play going on here. And throw-in now comes to Newby. Halls will lump it forward to Cardwell, but their goalkeeper is going to get there easily. And he's just going to hold the ball and hoof it forward. Ooh, that was poor timing on the jump there, but we still end up in control, and we pass it back to Irwin, who's going to take a chance at lumping it forward for them to pick up the ball, and just lots of kicking it straight at each other, back and forth. It's a nice one out wide to Shenton, taps Ingwessen up to Cardwell, into Henley. Henley comes down the line, crosses to Cardwell, who will get his hat trick very nicely. My assistant manager wanted me to start our other striker, I can't remember our other striker, Hall. He wanted us to start Hall, and I said, no, Cardwell's starting. Wise when he's got a hat trick here. Lovely stuff. We're up 3-0. Which will be good for some momentum going in for us. Booty up to Cardwell again. He looked offside there, but he's not. Henley crosses into Ingwessen, and my real signing for this club has scored his first goal for the club as well, and we are up 4-0, routing the much weaker opposition, who's had only one shot attempt and none on target. So we are dominating nicely here, 63 minutes in. Our center defensive pairing and Tomlinson at the back there have been very solid. They're just winning everything in the air. Hall has not been as solid, so he's probably going to be coming off soon here. Yes. So we'll make a sub here. Andy Halls has just not been playing very well, so we're going to bring in Arlen Birch in that position there. And I haven't been super impressed with Regan Booty, so we will bring in Calvevili. He can come in as well, and those are the two subs that we will make here and see what happens. They've had their second shot attempt, but nothing on target still for them. A rather easy day for Irwin so far. Cardwell's got it and loses it and picks it up again. A strange pass back to Henley, who gets it back to Baines, all the way back to Captain Leather, who will throw it into Cardwell, heads it down for Calvevili. Back into Cardwell, who gets there. Beats Robertson, who tries to come out, and Caldwell just puts it right down the center for his fourth goal of the game. What a start for Cardwell. Any doubts of starting him by anyone, he has proven them wrong as we go up 5-0. And just a pure domination performance. They've had more possession now, but they haven't been able to do anything with it. Birch loses out to Doherty, but forces him to play it back to Miley. McManamama goes to Lofthouse. And a good interception by Newby as he's going to come sprinting down. And he's going to find Cardwell, who cannot make it. 6 goals for him. But double hat-trick, could you imagine? Has there been a greater start there? 5-0 is our final score. And that is a good win, boys. Well done. And there you have it, our first win. My first game in management here at Chorley. Not going to lie, I let my assistant manager do pretty much all of our friendlies. And we win in the second qualifying round in the FA Cup. And so that is a beautiful thing for us here. So as we look forward, we have the third qualifying. We probably won't really show you that. Here, let's actually look at the competitions and see where they predict us to end up. They think we're going to finish in 4th, so not quite up there. We do have Tom Nielsen and Henley in the Dream 11 there, so that is a cool thing to see for our players. So York, Boston, and Fylde are believed to be ahead of us in this league. So if we look at our schedule in the next bit, none of them are really coming up, so we will jump back here together probably for Alfreton and Leamington just the end of this month to see how we're getting off in the league to start here. So thanks for joining me on this first episode of Up the Ladder. Next episode will be actually 2 games that we'll be playing, as most of the transfer stuff has been done, though we may get some loans in is what I'm really looking for. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please subscribe for more Football Manager stuff like this and perhaps some other things that maybe come. We'll see what time looks like for me. But if you enjoyed this, please like the video and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Up the Ladder.